Just he asked a question. He said, what does the team leader like? How does he let everybody know? When you're on a stack as a second man on a team lead, what you're doing is if he taps back, tap back, and then when you tap back, if there's a no-go, if you sense that something's wrong, you aren't tapping him and you guys aren't moving.
He waits until he has that tap. Think of it as a bullet in the this guy's a bullet in the chamber.
So when he
until
taps,
struck,
you go.
Once striking the fire. Once he struck, he goes.
Like that's what the team leader does because he gives the command to move. So until you hit the first man, nothing's happening.
Right, but that was saying like going left, going right. How does he communicate if he's not using verbal commands?
It's actually there's really not too much communication in that. It's actually just by training because basically what happens is when you come in the hallway, wherever he goes, you're going to parallel him and cover a different sector. And then the third man and the fourth man are also going to cover different sectors. Now, because it's a hallway, it's a lot different than room clearing. But essentially, you're going to know where you're going. There's no need to talk about it or all the finger gestures and stuff. I mean,
that's the feel.
That's the feel.
When you're trying to be quiet. And once again, that goes immediately out the window once you are in direct two-way communication with the enemy, i.e. you're shooting at each other.
Yeah. When you're shooting at each other, it's left, 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 door, grenade. You're yelling at that point.
I used this earlier as a good example, but it's a little bit more advanced. But you're not necessarily when you're moving down a hallway, you're not necessarily going to clear off on every door. Some of them will be closed. Depending on what you're doing, if you're doing a real hard search, yeah, you're kicking down the doors and clearing every one of them. But if you're trying to sweep through a building quickly,
it's just a
and only eliminate threats, you're going to ignore those. But if you see a door here, say we're coming down this hallway, I'm the team leader. The way they did it, and we'll just say we did it this way.
Okay.
Now I may be up in the center, forward here. There's a guy here on my right. I might be up front, someone else up front. It changes. Everyone does a little bit differently. It's hallway left, door left, and he would.
And I'd pop into.
He'd pop into that doorway. Here, watch. Let's show you real fast.
And you're not going in the doorway. You're popping, and you keep moving.
Let's just say this hallway's not here. It's in the way. Get over here. This is what's kind of called the T. We are here like this. We actually will be online sometimes. We'll be offset. But the whole point is armor on armor contact. And there's going to be another guy here.
And you're on rear
Watch
side.
the butt with me, covering me like this, there. I feel him move. I'm moving with him. That comes with a lot of practice because you usually trip up on that.
Yeah, that's like hours and hours, thousands of hours of repetition.
Watch. If I say door right, you cover that. Right. Our is moving this way. All right, go. Door left, door right.
And you're back. You're right back. I mean, you're literally, and the thing when you pop into that doorway, you're visually scanning everything and taking it in within a second and going. If you see a threat, call it, and then everything stops, and literally on the fly, I pop that door and call left, I'm right here, and everybody's just going to file in, and dynamically, your numbers will switch.
Guys, I don't like reps and movies, but they actually had some damn good Marine Corps advisors on that one. I'm gonna tell you what, you didn't see that movie. You want to see some good examples? You see in a CQB mount environment how you doing this thing when everything is going to hell all around you, and when you have control of the situation, you see that too.
What's that movie?
Battle of Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Be out on DVD too. Anything where it's Marines kicking the shit out of aliens, I'm watching it.
Exactly.
I love that stuff, especially because you know the phrase, every Marine a rifleman, right?
Yeah.
They're dropping from 300 meters away, 400 meters away. I'm loving that shit. I love that stuff.
Alrighty, so we're gonna do some hallway stuff. There's a couple different ways. You can do the T, you can do serpentine. There's actually I don't know, it's called a modified T, where there's 3 people in a arrow point, rear section in the back.
There's other ways too,
There's
you
tons.
can do a double staggered column where I could draw this all out for you. This is way advanced stuff. This is anyone, and you guys can read this. It's all in the Ranger Handbook, which is a good reference thing. Ranger Handbook thing's like $5 on Amazon. Why don't you talk to these guys and see what they got?
Okay. So there's all these techniques you can do, and I'm going to use you guys to form up. If you're doing a serpentine, you center, you left, you right, and somebody get in the back out there. Okay. I need another person. So you're right here. Let's move out this way so you have more room. So you're got rear sec. number one man, I'm going to put you where I need you. You're going to move up. You're right there. You're back a bit. You're coming. Come out this way a little bit. You're right here, and you're doing the offset thing. It's kind of like an arrowhead, and that's serpentine. You are covering down the hall. You have this side, you have that side, and you have rear security. Okay? And basically what this formation allows for is because now you're the lead man. You aren't looking, I mean, you're looking at doors, and you're recognizing the threats, and you're calling them. But as you call them, your focus is down that hallway. You can look, sure, but you are not engaging. That's that. I mean, now if you pop here and you see an enemy right there, you call left, everybody will clear up, and then you'll go in. Okay? That's a serpentine. The T is get a little tighter, and your ass should be touching his. Okay? Now this is a modified T. There is one where you're actually staggered like a staircase down, and you're covering all these, and the point man has left, like the point man is still looking down, you understand? But you also have left, and you just stagger down as a T. He has diagrams, and there's all sorts of ways this should be coming. One of the things, and we're going to get into this a little bit later here, I just want to, so you know, when you get to this hallway, there's going to be a whole separate way to clear a hallway and continue down. Because it's slow and deliberate, or fast and deliberate. And we'll get into that. Now, do you have any questions, guys? Anything? Yeah.
So he calls a threat, and he stacks everyone up. Like, let's say he calls a threat in that doorway, and everyone stacks up. Does the person on rear security, does he continue to look this way, or does he stack up?
You're stacked.
With everyone else. So I'm
You're
not worried about what's
stacked.
behind.
You're still worried, but your gun is. But now your weapon is stacked. So let's say I'm 4-man, and I'm coming back. You're going to be watching both ways, and you're scanning that sector. As soon as if you was to stack up on the floor, you're high ready and you're good to go, but you're also under sec too. I mean, the 4th man is really important because you're focusing on everything, basically, front and back. Because you have to be aware of moving backwards, because you don't want to trip up on him, you know, as you're moving.
When the front guy is running and looks, is he looking in the barrel stage front?
When you're scanning, I mean, you're moving, like, just like Doc said. You're not looking with your head, you're not looking with your eyes. You're scanning with your weapon and your head. Because, you know, if you're popping around here, and if a dude pops out right here, he's going to take the shot, but if he misses, it's you. So you have to look and kill him. Where's Doc? So why don't we try doing this up into this way? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't care who it is. Just I'll go on. Okay. So number 1 is in the front. Now you're already in the hallway. We'll show you how to get into formation. So get in the hall right here. Now this one's a bit different because there's this. So you're on point. Let's come up here a little bit. You're on his side here. You're on that side.
Oh.
Okay, and you're on his ass. And you're on his ass's rear sec. All right. Let me get in front of you guys, and everybody else, take a look at this, just so you have an idea. So as you're advancing, now you got to be staggered a bit. So come out, like you're not going to be uber tight because you need to cover your shit. So as you come, okay, low. There's that right there. This wall is a tactical nightmare. Basically, what's going to happen is you guys have to get tighter, and you got to come out more. Okay. So when you're coming, here, I'll be center, and you too. No, just watch. So as I'm coming, I'm going to move out more, and you're still going to be on me, but it's going to be tighter. So you guys are right there, then we're tighter, and then as soon as we've reached this wall, you spread out again a little bit. Okay.
So when we hit that wall and they staggered up, who do I stay on?
You're on my ass. If you're rear sec, you're still in the center looking back.
Okay.
You're not turning around or anything like that.
So it's a wedge formation essentially?
Essentially, yeah. But you keep it tight. And I have diagrams to show you, like there's lines that point where your rifle should go and everything. Hopefully he gets those.
Field to fire.
Yeah, essentially, you're just watching your sectors. Now, because like you could stack up on this and enter, I need Doc, so I can actually show you guys.
I need to use the bathroom.
Go ahead, dude.
So I take it that in Airsoft, I mean, there's like really little sneaking around because
No, there is.
everybody's-
I mean, you can still have that element of surprise. Like, say you get in an engagement over here, and you respawn. You're now, your element is now in surprise mode because you respawn, but those people who engaged you don't know where you are now.
Okay.
So I mean, if you, and because it's Airsoft, you don't have to, but that's what I do. I don't, until I get in an engaged situation, I don't speak. And another thing is you want to cut your gear down. You, especially in CQB environments and when you're doing breaching and when you're doing hallway clearing, you don't want to have excess gear. It weighs you down and it makes a lot of noise. A ton of noise. Like, I don't know what you have on there. Is that all magazines?
Yeah, this is mags.
Yeah, see, like, you have all your essentials. You have all your essentials. Is that a grenade? Okay, yeah. Like, you don't need a butt pack. You don't need a load-bearing vest. You don't need a backpack, especially because if you're out in the field and you're told to clear a room or clear a building, you're going to drop your kit and just go. So, if you guys want to practice breaching again, we can do that, or we can run through hallways. It's up to you.
I like to do the hallway.
You want to do the hallway? Okay, so we're going to go a little bit faster this time. And what I want to show you guys, I want you to be able to enter the hallway and form up. So I get 4 stacked right here. And whoever's on rear is on rear security because you're not actually breaching, you're just on a stack. So watch your 6, okay? Now there's still going to be, now when you're preparing to enter a hallway, you'll tap back, okay? And then you'll come back, and then you'll go. And then move into the formation you think you need to be in. Not bad, not bad. It's a whole different ball game from that now.